Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, of course, yesterday we saw my top 5 tank destroyers. The top 5, my favorite tank destroyers that I absolutely love, and a lot of them are my go-to tanks. You know, it's not just that because they're really good or anything like that. They're fun to play as well. So, you know, we had a tier 8 in there, and it's a go-to tank of mine that I love to play. And today we're going to look at medium tanks. So we're going to look at my top 5 medium tanks across all tiers in World of Tanks Blitz. Now we're going to start off. Now this was actually a tricky choice because here you have the Centurion 7.1, but I also love the FV4202. Now both is very similar. The FV is a bit quicker, but they both have the same gun. However, the Centurion is a tier below. So you've got the same penetration, same gun, but you're coming up against tier 8. So you can pen a lot more with that Hesh. Now, if this tank didn't have Hesh, then it would be nowhere near one of my favorite tanks in tier 9 or one of my favorite medium. Nowhere near. It's all about that Hesh. I love Hesh. It depends on the tank, of course. There's the A46 different, as we spoke about a few weeks ago, that has Hesh, but it doesn't suit it. You know, you've got things like the Comet that has Hesh, but it doesn't suit it. Where with this, it does suit it, and the FV4202 does suit it. But just because this was a tier below the FV, I had to go for this tank over the FV4202. And again, if you can use Hesh correctly, it could be brutal. Doing over 400 damage in a medium very quickly. Honestly, it could pump your damage up. But of course, because of the Hesh, it is kind of like high risk, high reward. It's not always going to pay off. Sometimes you think you're going to be able to penetrate with Hesh, you don't, and you only do 10 damage. It is frustrating, but it happens, you know. And with the Hesh shell, it is literally high risk, high reward. You have to, you have to try. You're not going to do more damage if you're not going to shoot the Hesh. Now, of course, if you don't like Hesh, you can always run it with the heat gun, which for the newbies, I think it would be better, especially if you don't really know how to use Hesh. But then it just becomes an average medium tank. With Hesh, I think it is fantastic, especially when you come up against tier 8s, because you can penetrate most things. Like even tier 10 coming up from the side, you can penetrate. I mean, that VK, we could have penetrated him no problem whatsoever. And that is why I love the Centurion 7.1. So this battle, 3.4k damage, and it's not just about the damage this game. We was patient, and we got a lot of assistant damage, and because of that we managed to get the mastery badge. And I mean, the assistant damage was over 4,000, so you know, it was the right choice to go where I got. And of course, with the snipers, me spotting, it really did help. And of course, we do get the mastery badge. So that is the first medium tank that I absolutely love. Moving on to tank number 2. Again, these are in no particular order. I've had to go with the Dracula. Now, the Dracula's sorry. The Dracula's been out for a very long time. It's not the best of tanks, but what it is mega fun. Honestly, this tank is so much fun, just because of the speed, really. The gun isn't even that good. The penetration isn't even that good. It used to be OP when it was first released into the game. And when you play, it's more not about being OP nowadays, because it's not. It's more just about the fun factor. You know, the fun factor in this tank is crazy, especially if you do platoon in 2 of these. It is so much fun. And you go back on my old videos, my old streams, what we used to do is just get 2 of them and do challenges in the Dracula. So we start the game, 1 goes left, 1 goes right, we go around the whole edge of the map, and we have to try and make it back alive, back to our spawn. It was fun. Yes, you kind of sort of not rigged games, but it didn't help your team. But it was fun. It was mega fun to take 2 Draculas out, and just to see the enemy when you've got 1 Dracula coming left, 1 Dracula coming right. You open up 7 tanks, and they're just like, what the hell are these 2 doing? Sometimes you would even make it back alive. But I had to put it in my top 5 because I love it. I think it is, even after all these years, yes, it has no armor, and you're not going to freaking was going to say fucking then. You're not going to freaking bounce anything, but you can expect that. It's not about the armor with this tank. It is all about the fun factor and the speed, the fact that you can get to that speed very, very quickly. The auto track repair as well, so it automatically repairs your track within 1 second, so you don't have to use repair kit. It is just really, really, really fun. Moving along, we go back to tier 10, or we go to tier 10, and we have the Pagetto. Now, again, I love this tank. The fact that it has the auto reloader, so you can play it however you want. You could play it as an auto loader, you could play it as a single shotgun, or you can just play it as a as an auto loader or auto reloader. You can play it however you want. If you want to reload one shell and then just fire that one shell, you can do. Yes, it does affect DPM, but it's not like it affects the DPM massively. Yes, of course it does affect, and it is always best to reload all 3 shells. But if you've got a target to shoot and you've got 1 shell reloaded, I'd always recommend just shoot it, because you're not going to have to wait. It doesn't have the reserve shell, so you're not going to be waiting massively to reload your magazine. And that is what I love about it. The armor profile is troll. I mean, it's not the best, it is troll. The turret is weak, but again, it can also be troll. And you can pump up that damage again very, very quickly. So this game so far, 2,700. We do get lucky with this object 263 being a complete noob. And the fact that he's trying to get down, my team track him, turns his tank, which then allows me to get 700 more damage, and not bad damage in total. So yeah, I absolutely love the Pagetto. I think it is fantastic, and a tier 10 I really, really do love. Last on the list, I had to go for the E50M, one of the most broken tier 10 mediums in the game. And it has everything. I know it's got nerfed more recently, but it honestly has absolutely everything. I didn't mean to block this guy. I thought he was going forward, then he just stops. So I didn't mean to do that. All good, doesn't rage. And doing that, we do manage to get a few shots into this the Death Star. But honestly, the E50M has armor, it has speed, it has accuracy, it has aim time, it has DPM, it has everything. You know, if you got the ability to, or if you got the option to go ram someone, you can go ram another medium and do 400-500 damage, and you lose absolutely nothing. Honestly, I think the tank is insane. It's just got so much love over the years that I don't know why. I don't know why Wargaming has just given this tank so much love over the years. And with everything, I mean, why wouldn't you want to play this tank? Honestly, why wouldn't you? Yes, it has weak points armor-wise, of course, but most tanks have. And again, it's a medium, so you can't expect the front plate just to be rock solid, your armor to be rock solid. Very, very good DPM. Very, very good speed. But yeah, it has everything. And again, because of the tank it is, you can really pump up that damage. And we've just got 4.5k damage there very, very easily. So let me know what mediums you absolutely love in the game. And in fact, we're not even finished. We've got one more. I forgot about this tank. My old favorite tank, the Leopard 1. I had to add this tank. And overall, I probably still think this is my favorite. Excuse me. I still think this is my favorite medium tank. You know, the XM has overtaken this as my favorite tank in the game, but it is still my favorite medium tank. And the only reason it's not my favorite is because I don't play as good as I used to. And this tank takes a lot of skill to play. If you're not a good player, then you will not do well in the Leopard 1. You really have to know how to play the tank. But it has, again, it has very, very good DPM. It has a very, very good gun, very, very good speeds. It's accurate. I just love this tank. And just because it's not my favorite in the game anymore, I still love it. And that's never going to change. I love the look of it. I love all the camouflages that it's got. And honestly, it is a beautiful looking tank as well. And again, as long as you don't get HE'd, you're going to out DPM most things that come in front of you, especially if you've got a little bit of help. Now, we did sacrifice a lot of hit points there, but when we've got a 6 versus 3, shouldn't be a problem. And even on the move shooting like that, you're going to hit almost anything that comes your way. So we've done it once, let's do it again. Let's just go in, shoot, and again, the alpha, 368 alpha, very, very nice alpha in this tank as well. Now, we do get lucky here. I mean, we bounced 350, and somehow that STRV just completely misses. So 3,700 damage, and we are actually going to get the final kill. I mean, just look at the accuracy on that. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye.